Hey guys, welcome to the first video in our responsible gambling series. We're covering the basics today, but don't forget to check out our other videos and read the full series on WSN.com. Let's get into it. Responsible gambling is when you gamble safely. It's all about gambling for fun without stress or anxiety, and never as a way to make money. Understanding how gambling works, from casino games to sports betting, online and offline, and recognizing the risks that it carries are both big parts of gambling responsibly. When you don't gamble responsibly, you open the door to problem gambling. Responsible gambling is a set of practices that means you maintain a healthy and enjoyable relationship with gambling. Problem gambling describes the variety of issues that arise when you aren't gambling responsibly. It includes things like compulsive gambling, chasing losses, and neglecting other hobbies or relationships. Gambling is connected to other parts of your life, like your mental health and financial situation. When you stop gambling responsibly, these areas can suffer in all kinds of ways. Responsible gambling is important because it protects against all the harms of problem gambling. It's equally important for both players and gambling operators. For players, it keeps them safe, healthy, and happy while they gamble. For the gambling industry, promoting responsible gambling helps maintain a positive reputation and prevents intervention from regulators. Healthy and responsible gambling really is better for everyone. Problem gambling can cause a lot of harm in lots of different ways. From a personal perspective, it can make you irritable, anxious, or depressed. In more serious cases, it can cause lasting mental health issues and addiction. It can affect you physically from a lack of sleep or poor eating habits. It can have terrible financial costs as problem gamblers chase the next win or try to win back money they have already lost. Never gambling with money you aren't happy to lose is a golden rule of responsible gambling. Socially, a gambling problem can lead to isolation or the breakdown of your relationship with friends or family. Recognizing the potential for these harms and taking action to prevent them is a big step towards gambling responsibly. There are lots of practical steps and tools gamblers can use to help them play responsibly. Let's run through the best ones. Taking regular breaks is essential. It's a simple step, but it resets your mind and breaks up patterns of compulsive gambling. Online sportsbooks and casinos often provide digital tools to help you take breaks, like reality check settings or session limits. You can also download responsible gambling apps like BetterTime, which help you manage your time. Having a budget for how much you want to spend helps you stay in control and prevents you from gambling more than you can afford. Many online sportsbooks let you set limits for either deposits or how much you bet. For instance, you could allow yourself to spend $20 per week, and the sportsbook would block you if you try to deposit any more. Budgeting creates structure and familiarity and stops you from chasing losses. Drinking or taking drugs makes it much more difficult to gamble responsibly. It lowers your inhibitions and clouds your judgment. Recognizing this and planning how much you intend to drink in advance is an important part of playing responsibly. Self-exclusion means you voluntarily ban yourself from a casino or sportsbook, online or offline. Even if you want to gamble again, you won't be allowed to. It's a drastic step, but a life-saving tool for problem gamblers. Every single state in the US has organizations and helplines that promote responsible gambling. They are available 24/7 for problem gamblers or for concerned friends or family. They offer information and practical advice on how to deal with a gambling problem. Head to the full page on WSN.com for a list of responsible gambling helplines in every state. Online and offline, licensed casinos and sportsbooks are required to prevent underage gambling by verifying the identity of their players. They also have to provide the option of self-exclusion. Depending on the laws of the state, online sportsbooks and casinos usually have other safeguards in place too. They are required to display their responsible gambling messaging and links to support organizations. They can provide practical tools like customizable deposit limits or reality checks. They may have self-assessment tests, which help players understand their relationships with gambling better. And they monitor player behavior for signs of problem gambling like erratic or excessive betting patterns. The reason sites take these steps to protect players is because they're legally required to do so, as a matter of consumer protection. If they don't, they can lose their gambling licenses. In this way, responsible gambling measures are written into the very law of sports betting and online gambling in various US states. It is far easier to practice responsible gambling in a regulated market compared with unregulated markets. When we say unregulated markets, we're talking about sites that operate outside your legal jurisdiction, often offshore sportsbooks or casinos. These sites might offer responsible gambling tools we've talked about, or they might not. It's not a legal requirement for them in the same way it is for licensed sites. With no regulation, they are more or less free to do whatever they want. And what they want is not always in your best interest from a responsible gambling perspective. Gambling in the US has become much safer since more states have rolled out legal and regulated online gambling. A huge milestone for US gambling arrived in 2018, when the Supreme Court removed the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act. This allowed each state to decide its own online gambling laws and regulations. With legal and regulated options to choose from, US gambling fans could move away from risky offshore sites. More regulation translates to safer, more responsible gambling. Gambling responsibly can look a little different depending on whether you're playing online or at a real casino. Gambling in a casino is overall a more social, immersive experience, which can sometimes mean you let your guard down and lose track of time or money. The ready availability of alcohol is a big factor too. It lowers your inhibitions, it makes you reckless, which is why casinos often even give it away for free. On the other hand, gambling online is a more solitary experience and can be isolating. The easy access of online gambling, including mobile gambling, can be a challenge for some people. Having a casino or sportsbook in your pocket 24/7 means constant temptation. Using responsible gambling tools and being mindful with your time helps you maintain a healthy and balanced lifestyle. Thanks for watching, guys. This is just the first video in our series about responsible gambling. So head over to WSN.com now to continue the journey. We've got tons more information, advice, and expert tips, all to help you gamble responsibly. See you on the next one.